Jake, tell us how you got started in the sport, your evolution, obviously to an elite level, and just walk us through that.
Yeah, so I got hurt when I was 16 years old. I used to be a lifeguard, and I was riding my bike to work, and then I got hit by a car, and it left me paralyzed. And so while I was in the hospital, a player from Whitewater named Chris Ocon came and talked to me, and he gave my number to a junior coach, and the coach was like, yeah, like, let's have you. And it just turned out I was really good at it from the beginning. And how I got to an elite level, I went to school, where I went to school, I went to a small school in Minnesota called Southwest Minnesota State. And they were struggling a little bit with wins and everything, and talent. And so I came in there and I was like guns blazing. I wanted to work out every day, shoot, get my teammates involved, do a bunch of chair skills every day. If we couldn't have gym time, I would go to the racquetball courts and be like, hey, like, let's do this. Or I have some scars from glass still in on those courts, but And then after 3 years there, I decided to transfer to Wisconsin Whitewater just for a new experience, a different perspective on everything. And that's when I really started going to an elite level. My coach, Jeremy Lottie, was really good at teaching me the fundamentals and teaching me like different tricks and skills and new ways to look at the game and new ways to communicate with teammates. And so that was really good, and I made my first team, I believe, my fourth year in college, my first year at Whitewater. And after that, I've just been trying to climb the ladder. I'm the youngest guy on the team, so I have a big hill to climb still. I play professionally in Hamburg, Germany right now, and so hopefully that can take me to the next step.
Talk about prior to your accident, what sports you were playing, how you mentally, it's a mental leap, no doubt, I'm sure, if you were super active. And talk a little bit about that and how that's played a role in keeping focused, keeping positive, and obviously elevating your game.
Yeah, okay, so before my accident, I was really active. Like, I played a lot of sports. I really liked football and basketball, but I didn't play those in high school. I swam in high school, and I did 1 year of track in high school, my junior year. But I played basketball at like the park with my buddies and everything, but nothing too serious. And so I was really active. I always wanted, I would watch a bunch of sports. I would always, want to play sports. I thought it would be really cool to be in college to play sports. And so, and after I got hurt, it was definitely the physical pain I experienced while I got hurt was definitely the worst pain in my life, like physically, but the emotional side was way worse. It took me maybe a year and a half to finally like get over it. And the biggest thing that helped me get over it was wheelchair basketball. I would go to these tournaments and see a bunch of guys in the same situation and worse situation than me, and I made some friends, and they taught me, how to deal with things, how to, go through daily life, talk to girls, be more confident, stuff like that. And so and it did help that I was a really good player, because then a lot of the other good players started, bringing me in, and they were like, hey, like, let's hang out here, or let's do this, and so that gave me more confidence too. And so basketball 100% is the biggest reason why that I can be so confident, and I am where I am in not just sports, but my daily life too.
Talk about your game. Everybody's come through already said, you got to watch Jake. He's a tremendous shooter, and they think you're going to play a big role in the games come up here in Rio. That your scoring ability and with being a little humble here, just talk about role as a scorer. You're shooting, you're youngest guy on the team, so you got to carry that torch a little bit towards even Tokyo.
That's awesome that they say that, because I had no idea. Coming into here, I kind of just wanted to make the team and contribute where I could. And as the summer's going along, I'm starting to see I'm in more lineups, playing a bigger role. I just try to play within the game, try to play within my teammates. Take a good shot when we need it, pass it when we need, and play solid defense always. Because if we don't play good defense, then coach will definitely just sub us out right away. And so I am definitely just looking to come off the bench, bring a lot of high energy, a lot of good defense, and take a couple good shots if they're open.
They talked about your energy off the bench and that spark that you give them. Is that an innate thing? You've always had that, or is that something that as a learned skill a little bit with a team of a lot of veterans?
You know what? It's kind of I kind of just always. Now that I think about it, I kind of just always had it. Like, if it was a really big game, I would just bring a lot of energy, but I would, focus it into more of, a concentrated, energy and just focus on what I'm doing and everything. And so, if we're in a really intense game or big game, I'm not, hooting and hollering on the court or nothing. I'm just really focused and, really intense. And so that's definitely something I carried with me even before I got hurt. Like the park with my buddies, got some pretty intense and heated games a little bit, but yeah, it's just for as long as I can remember, I would have that. My parents would always say, stop being so competitive. We would be playing a board game and I would get mad that I would lose, and and they would just stop being so competitive, but I couldn't help it. So it's just something definitely I've always had. So I personally think that you can't really learn it. It's either something you have or you don't.
Talk about your shooting. When did you really say, hey, you know what? I think I'm a pretty good shooter.
Well, when I started playing in juniors, my junior team definitely leaned on me to be an offensive threat. I played a lot of basketball before I got hurt, and so I just kept my shooting motion from there. And pretty much, the first couple of practices, I realized that I could put the ball in the hoop pretty consistently, and so that was definitely a confidence booster. And then in college, my freshman year of college, by the end of my freshman year, I was playing on a team that we had a rough year playing against some of the best college teams that have ever been assembled. And I was consistently scoring and being able to find open teammates and everything. So that's when I knew I had the potential to be whatever, or however good that I wanted to be. And once I got to Whitewater, I just continued that. And once I got to this level, it was definitely a little bit of a struggle at first, maybe the first couple of practices, because everyone's so fast. And everyone plays such good defense, but you just get to a point where you're like, hey, I'm here for this, so let's just go out and do this, and let's just go out and I'm gonna come out and leave everything out there, and if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work, but I'm here for this, so I gotta just do it.
Talk about being a pro and living overseas in Germany.
Yeah, so being a professional is definitely a different experience. I will say the two guys that have taught me how to be a pro the most have been Steve Serio and Matt Scott. They both play on the team. I definitely lean on them a lot. They teach me how to be they teach me how to be professional, how to talk to people, how to always be positive when you're around people, even when you're having a bad day, what to put in your body, how to work out, hanging out with the right people and not hanging out with the wrong people, not getting in the wrong cars or anything like that. And so it's definitely another experience, and I'm definitely grateful I have those guys. And just being professional itself, Hamburg's a really big city, so there's a lot of distractions, a lot to do. Like the city brings a really high energy, and so you definitely have to focus a little bit more. Otherwise, you'll get caught up in just the scene or just what's going on here or there. But you're getting paid to play professional basketball, so it's just something that you have to do. It's just, you have to work out every day. You have to do this. You have to mentally prepare. You have to do this. And you have to make sure your teammates stay focused. And it's just a constant just a constant process. There's not a lot of off time. And I'm definitely grateful that I have Matt and Steve a bit, and it's definitely a grind, you know. Some of the guys are talking like, oh, I'm so tired and all this, and it definitely wears on you. But you just have to mentally prepare yourself. I mean, every day, you know, in the morning or at night, just get in your routine, and you just have to keep telling yourself, you know, like, this is for a good cause, like, it's gonna pay off, like, it's something that we have to do. And so I think physically all of us at this level are well enough to do it and are in shape enough to bring it every day. However, the mental side is definitely the most draining, and that's the side that we all need to focus on the most to be able to make it through these long camps.